From showing off her supernatural powers as 11 in Stranger Things to becoming one of Time's 100 most influential people, here is a look at Millie Bobby Brown's new Netflix fantasy, Damsel. Plus, we will give you a sneak peek of upcoming Millie Bobby Brown movies and TV shows to get excited about. Millie Bobby Brown has had a whirlwind journey while still barely out of the teen years. Despite the bright lights and limelight that come with being an international superstar at such a young age, she continues to be beloved by millions around the world for how grounded and humble she is.
Get in it. Sorry. What do you need?
A bit of cable, sorry.
Plus, all those acting chops, with plenty more exciting projects on the horizon, including films. It looks like MBB will continue breaking records on screen for many years to come.
I will deny I'm your sister to whoever asks, and I will do it with pleasure.
Stranger Things was a smash hit, so it is no surprise as Millie Bobby Brown truly dominates the screen.
We don't see each other often.
That's true.
I need to teach you something else, a few acting tips and...
So no wonder the actress is in hot demand, with several exciting trailers ahead in film and TV. We can't wait to see what she comes out with next.
Yeah, but they did apparently, so I was super grateful.
Firstly, let's talk about Damsel. Millie Bobby Brown takes the fantasy world by storm in Netflix's latest epic, Damsel. We got a first glimpse of her seafaring journey, and it looks like she's playing a fighter and is hell-bent on getting off the ship with sword at hand. Millie battles for what might be an all-out war. The teaser reel ends with Millie covered from head to toe in blood and burn marks that show no matter how this story goes down, we'll definitely want to see more when it's finally released. Princess Elodie, played by Brown, is in for a bumpy ride. She thinks she's getting married to Prince Henry, but instead finds out that he has sacrificed her as an offering to a bloodthirsty dragon. Ouch! But the damsel doesn't despair. She knows no one will save her and starts on her own heroic mission against all odds.
Showing her flaws as a woman is really important and something that you should embrace, and so I've implemented a lot of that within.
Not only does the trailer look good, but the cast too, with Black Panther's Angela Bassett and Wonder Woman's Robin Wright joining Ray Winstone, Nick Robinson, Brooke Carter, and Shora Agdashlu. Brace yourselves for Damsel, which will be released October 13th, 2023.
I don't need safety pins. It's like I'm effortlessly a fashion designer.
Next, here are some other projects to get excited about. Unfortunately, no confirmed release dates on these as of yet. The Electric State.
What is this? You're like counting the days now, like you're some kind of prisoner?
When is soon.
After the massive success of The Gray Man, it's no surprise that Netflix chose to once again enlist the Russo brothers for their next big project.
There's a lot of camera techniques that we use in the movie.
Yeah.
Anthony and I keep using the word chaos, but we like controlled chaos in our action.
A sci-fi epic called The Electric State, inspired by Simon Stålenhag's novel. It takes place in a society where virtual reality is pervasive and people are obsessed with it. So different from the world we live in today. Chris Pratt is joined with Millie Bobby Brown in an adventure reminiscent of Ready Player One and Black Mirror. Millie Bobby Brown is set to play Michelle, who is on a quest across the American West to find her brother and discover what happened to him. She happens to have a companion with her though, an incredible gift, a robot from her brother. Luckily for us, The Electric State is now filming. It's certainly an intriguing premise that has us wanting to know more. Joe Russo said of the film in an interview with Variety, "It seemed to us that the world of this story was so big that you could easily find other narratives in it. How do we build a much larger context for what's going on here that feeds our ability to tell multiple stories?"
Like we're moving towards 3D. And I think everybody craves more immersive.
The Girls I've Been. Prepare for an explosive feminist thriller featuring none other than Millie Bobby Brown as Nora O'Malley. Millie plays a woman who has experienced her fair share of labels. With the help of survival skills taught to her by mom, she must use them all in order to pull herself and friends from under some dangerous criminal men's hostage plot. No director or writer is revealed yet, but Jason Bateman's production company, Aggregate Films, will thankfully be taking on the project, with Brown both starring and executive producing. This one looks interesting, and we can't wait to hear more about it. The only confirmed actor, however, is Brown. Could Millie Bobby Brown be the new reigning monarch of Netflix? Who knows, but she sure helped put Netflix on the map.
Where's your hat and your gloves?
Well, I have a hat. Just makes my head itch. And I have no gloves.
An interesting project to be curious about is The Thing About Jellyfish, which has been in development for a whopping 7 years and will now be produced by Reese Witherspoon. Adapted from Allie Benjamin's children's novel, the plot follows Susie Brown as she tries to prove that her best friend had died due to an extraordinary jellyfish sting, rather than just drowning. Sounds gripping, right? The director, Wanori Kahiu, who made waves with the LGBTQ+ Kenyan movie Rafiki, plus writer Molly Smith Metzler, known for Shameless and Orange is the New Black, are also on board, so you know this flick won't disappoint.
Thank you, has changed cinematic history because it adds a voice, it adds a memory.
Have you heard the rumors? Brown could potentially show up in Star Wars. Force is strong with Millie Bobby Brown. Rumor has it that the Stranger Things star wants to join Yoda and friends in a galaxy far, far away. Apparently, she had some informal chats with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy about joining the Star Wars franchise.
She's always doing something. Like, she's like the busiest woman ever. I call her and she's like in the middle of like changing the plan. I'm like, oh, hold on 1 second.
Who knows if we'll see her taking flight on an X-Wing or playing out lightsaber battles. A source close to the project gave us some insight. Millie is on Disney's radar for the new Star Wars projects. She's had contact with Kathleen, who is aware of her desire to feature in a movie or play a central role in one of the new TV projects for Disney+. The conversations are informal, but there's huge mutual respect there. The Disney executives know just how much of an icon she is already for the 10 to 30-year-old audience.
And your favorite TV actress is Millie Bobby Brown!
And what that brings in terms of appeal. She could easily take home $15 million for a first film or series, and she doesn't need to audition. It's more a case of how the director and her bond. She has the gravitas to hold down the lead for that universe. Well, it is uncertain if Brown will be in a show or movie. Either way, it will be exciting to see. There's no shortage of amazing projects that Millie can choose from. Star Wars Skeleton Crew with Jude Law, or even the Star Wars The Acolyte. Apparently, the director of Thor, Taika Waititi, is cooking up something mysterious and new, complete with fresh faces and stories. Meanwhile, Last Jedi director Rian Johnson is still set to come back to a galaxy far, far away. Even while Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy has also hinted that the Star Wars saga will eventually go back to the Disney sequel trilogy universe and characters. With all these potential projects in play, it won't be easy for Millie Bobby Brown to pick which one she wants to jump into. But that is a problem that I would like to have. But let's not forget the last installment of Stranger Things to be released in 2024. It feels like a long wait, but time will go by so quickly and you will be watching season 5 before you know it. Sadly, the cast of Stranger Things will be saying goodbye, as this is the final season of the hit TV show.
And I appreciate the love and support of my fans and the opportunity that our show, Stranger Things, has created for me.
So, there you have it. A look at Millie Bobby Brown in Netflix fantasy epic Damsel. And every upcoming Millie Bobby Brown movie and TV show fans are excited to see. Thanks for watching.